What's happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update as we're seeing legal spokesperson and attorney Donald Trump, Alina Habba, coming forth, absolutely going off on the corruption of that Judge Juan Merchan in the state of New York, and that hush money trial. We all know this is just flat out wrong. They're wasting court resources to, interfere with the 2024 election, coming after a political opponent. This is, bottom of the earth. This is low. We got Alina Habba, like I said, coming forth, absolutely going off and, detailing exactly where this could potentially land our Judge Juan Merchan and his partner in crime, DA Alvin Bragg, guys. I'm excited to get into the clip and see exactly what Alina Habba has to say. She's been giving us very great updates, keeping us filled in on what's going on with this case all the way up until it's tossed out, like she's been keying us in on. So we're gonna get straight to the update and I'll get my thoughts on the back end, guys. So definitely stick around to the end. You guys get my thoughts on the back end, and also YouTube, push this video out. Definitely stick around until the end, you guys. But yeah, let's get straight into the update. Before we even do that, though, make sure you guys hit that like button for me and also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. Let's get into it, y'all.
So the prosecution could rest tomorrow in former President Trump's criminal trial. The defense says that it has communicated with a potential rebuttal witness. Robert Costello is an attorney who once advised Michael Cohen, who reportedly says that Trump's lawyers have contacted him, Costello. Today, Costello, who we've interviewed here on the story, testified before a House committee about weaponizing the rule of law, the general subject. So he said this while he was there about Michael Cohen. Watch.
He said, I didn't want to embarrass Melania Trump. He said, that's why I decided to take care of this on my own. Right. I went back to that several times. You did this on your own? On my own. Did Donald Trump have anything to do with it? No.
With that, we bring in Trump attorney Alina Habba. She has been attending court, but is not representing the former president in this particular case. Alina, great to have you back. Thank you for joining us today. It's interesting because Costello also said, Cohen then explained that the reason that he negotiated a sum of $130,000 for the NDA, when asked if Trump had any knowledge of this, Cohen told him no. Your thoughts on Costello, and do you believe that he will be called by the defense as soon as tomorrow, potentially?
Well, tomorrow, I think, will be the cross-examination continued by the defense of Michael Cohen. As we've seen, we've just begun that portion of the case. My understanding from the prosecution is that this will be their last witness and rest their case. So it's very clear they have not proven any of the elements of the alleged crime, which we're not even sure what it is. But there's absolutely no intent for any interference in an election other than what I've been seeing currently with the Biden administration. Costello's testimony today is interesting. It's not inconsistent with things that he said before. I think he, is an attorney. He obviously has inside knowledge. We'll see what the defense team that's handling this case chooses to do. Whether I knew or not, you know me better than to think that I would say so on national television. But, we will have our turn at this ridiculous trial and hopefully get the president back out there and campaigning like he should be.
I thought it was interesting. Todd Blanche came out. His first questioning of Michael Cohen was about himself, about Todd Blanche, the attorney. He said, my name's Todd Blanche. You and I have never spoken before, have we? And Cohen said, we have not. Blanche said, but you know who I am, don't you? He said, I do. As a matter of fact, on April 23rd, so after the trial started in this case, you went on TikTok and called me a crying little S, didn't you? Cohen said, sounds like something I would say. What was that about? Why did he start that way? I know the judge said to him, why are you making this about you? What was he what point was he making there, Alina?
I can't speak about the witness, obviously, at this point, even though I would love to, I assure you. But that, with the unconstitutional gag order and my ethics, I'm kind of restrained there. Todd is a great lawyer. I think that he is using and will use anything that we have as evidence of any bias, period, the end. So I think that's important. I think there's another point here, Martha. We have a dual justice system where the gag order applies to one side us and only
Right.
us. There has been no gag order put on their side. They have been free to speak, the prosecution's witnesses, and I can't see how that point could possibly be lost on Americans in an election season 6 months before an election. Yeah. It's so uncanny. It's so unjust. So I think all those things are being relayed. I hope the American people are listening in and understanding that everything is done strategically. This is a great team that we have here, and I really have little doubt that we'll prevail at the end.
Well, as you point out, there are really two audiences here. There's the political American audience who's watching all of this, and then there are the 12 people on the jury who I know you can talk about. We don't know who they are, and we only know a few things about their professions, et cetera. But I thought this was interesting over at CNN. This is Elie Honig, the legal correspondent there, talking about the cross-examination. I just want you to hear what he said.
This should be a bonanza for cross-examination. I mean, you with three former federal prosecutors here, what would you do if you found out the eve of a big trial that your star witness was selling T-shirts showing the defendant in prison? I mean, you'd have to think hard about dismissing the case. That is a major flaw in the defense. Laughing about a defendant going to jail is, I think it's offensive to the jury. That's not for Michael Cohen to say. No.
Yeah, we have a picture of one of these T-shirts, and I know you have to be careful with anything with regard to the current witness who's being cross-examined. But just in terms of the legal theory behind that, do you think
Sure.
that if a witness is selling merchandise against the person who's the defendant, in a general sense, Alina, would a judge find for a mistrial in that case? And do you think that Merchan, I know you don't feel like he's been, open to the defense side all that much, but do you think that he might?
We're going to continue to move for that. Do I think any activity like that generally is advisable by a witness, let alone the key witness, for a trial? No. If I was the prosecution and working for the DA, I would definitely try and stop that. Immediately. Again, when you're trying any case, you want to prevent bias. You want to prevent any appearance that anybody on your case, and being witnesses or attorneys, frankly, show bias. But what we've consistently seen is a judge who should recuse who has clear historical biases for things I can't discuss, but the press has reported, for prosecutors, DAs with political motivations, with political funding by, serious Democrat donors. And all of those things are supposed to be left outside of the court for a very important reason. Number one, it weakens their case. It frankly just does. Not that they had one to start with, but it does. Number two, it gives the appearance of impropriety, the appearance of selective prosecution, we call it, which is a targeting of someone. That is what is in fact happening. So I'm not surprised by any of this. And we're in good shape, by the way, Martha, when CNN, when MSNBC have to start admitting, you heard Fareed, have to start admitting that there is no case here. The reality of the situation is the Democrats have focused so much on political lawfare that they are strengthening President Trump, who was already strong, who was already leading. And they're just helping our cause with all of these witch hunts and with all of this nonsense. The American people, I truly believe, are sick of it. I think seeing all the police lined up, Martha, I don't know if you've been in the courtroom, but the amount of police power in a city that has fallen apart is
stunning.
so sad and such a disgrace.
Stunning. We'll go walking in and out of that building is a real education in what's going on down there. So we will see how long the cross continues with Michael Cohen tomorrow, and we'll be watching. Alina, thank you very much. Always good to see you.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Alina Habba bringing us an update on what's going on inside the courtroom. I always love to, check in with the Trump's legal spokesperson and attorney, Alina Habba, guys. I feel like she always has the updates correct, and she's inside the courtroom. Who better to get the news from except the person who's sitting right next to Donald Trump inside a court, where she's letting us know the American people are tired of these these charade cases. We've seen the recoil from these cases, and it has not favored the left whatsoever. This whole thing strung along, brought about by D. Alvin Bragg and Juan Merchan, has proven itself to be a clown case inside of a circus court ran by Judge Juan Merchan. attempt to get after Donald Trump, interfere with the 2024 elections. We can see straight through this thing. And this is a very poor attempt, grabbing at Donald Trump's shoestrings, essentially, trying to get him not to be able to walk across that finish line later on this year. Building this case up on, no crime whatsoever. We don't know the initial crime for the cover-up. Even after the prosecution is now wrapped up, or just about wrapped up with the cross-examination of their witnesses. I mean, come on now. We haven't got the crime that Donald Trump initially committed and, wanted to cover up. All we've gotten is that, Michael Cohen is totally crooked, is going to ruin this whole case. His political interest, his personal vendetta against Donald Trump. Can't forget that he is the ex-attorney, Donald Trump. He got into legal trouble himself and, went down and didn't get a pardon from Donald Trump. And I think that's why he coming back, trying to get revenge on the man. And we can see it's so clear. He's on social media. He's going on TikTok. He's making merch about the man. He's got this guy in a jumpsuit. On a t-shirt, guys, and he's selling it, making money off Donald Trump and this court case. I mean, if he doesn't have a political or personal interest within this case, I mean, I don't know what would show that, because this is flat out what it looks like to have bias within a case. He should have been tossed from the case a long time ago. This is not how you build a strong case, and the judge should know that. I know he does know that, and so does DA Alvin Bragg, but they don't care, guys. This is all a big old clown case in a circus. We're seeing it right now. And that's what Alina Habba is trying to bring to us today, to let us know, don't be worried and don't be afraid, guys. This case is doing exactly what we needed to do. Even if they, come and find Donald Trump guilty, guys, we're still, getting the message out there to the American people. The folks who, never Trumpers, people who never support Donald Trump, are now saying that these cases are just simply not right. Against your worst enemy, you don't do this. And they can relate with Donald Trump in a sense, to see that, this weaponized state is coming after him wrongfully, and it could potentially come for them in the future if they don't vote for Donald Trump and support this man. And that's why he's getting so many people jumping aboard, and able to support him, because they can see this is not right, guys. And they live by a moral code, unlike these huge higher ups, the Biden administration, who just simply doesn't care. We're seeing Juan Merchan, DA Alvin Bragg, who doesn't care how phony or, fake this case looks. They're still going to proceed with it and get Donald Trump tried and on trial, make him look like a criminal before election date later on this year. Guys, definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this. We got legal spokesperson and attorney Alina Habba coming forth with some very key details on what's going on in this case, as the cross-examination of Michael Cohen is now being wrapped up by the prosecution, guys. And it sounds like this thing is going to be chalked up to a huge nothing burger, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section and let me know your thoughts on this one. Where do we see this thing going, and how quick do we see it getting tossed out? Because we all know this thing is working its way on getting tossed right on out the door. It's all about when it's going to happen at this point, guys. Definitely hop in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Also, make sure you guys hit that share button. Share this out to as many Facebook friends as possible, guys. Share the truth. Also, make sure you guys hit that like button. It doesn't cost one thing, guys. Hit that like button for your boy. And also hit that subscribe button, guys. We're on the road to the truth. Hop aboard for the journey. I'll catch you guys on the next week.